Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Best Health Positively podcast. I'm Krista, and I'm glad you're here today. And I'm shifting gears a little away from the original episode I had planned because I think timing is really important. And today I want to follow up a bit from the last episode, which was Movement, the New Medicine. And first of all, the title of that episode, Movement, the New Medicine, is purposeful, because I really want to highlight the importance of movement. It's on the same level as medicine for our metabolism. And if we could package all the benefits I talked about in that episode, if we could package that into a pill, everyone would want to take it. All of your doctors would want you taking this drug. It's that important. But it's movement. It's something that it is extremely important. It's not a pill, but it's something we've got to find ways to work into our daily lives. So now, of course, if you haven't listened to that episode yet, you'll want to go back and give it a listen. It's full of practical, useful information. And I've had some questions and feedback from you all, so I wanted to spend a little time with this today. Now, I can tell that most of you get it. You understand how movement plays a role in metabolism, and you know that it's important. And it seems like you want to incorporate movement. So I want to focus on what's next, what we do to get started. And I think this is where a lot of us can get stuck. We hear something or we become aware that this or that would be helpful, but we sometimes get stuck in the how. How do we implement this or make it work in our lives right now? So one of the main recommendations from the last episode was integrating small periods of movement through your day, because many people have sedentary lives, especially during their workday. So this is really important. And as we discussed in the movement episode, there's excellent data that shows the benefits of movement all through the day. One study, in fact, showed that moving once every hour for like a minute and 30 seconds, I think it was, over the course of the day was even more beneficial to our metabolism than taking an isolated 30-minute walk. So this can be getting up from your desk and walking the halls for a minute or so, or maybe it's not easy to walk away from your desk. So this could even be walking in place in your office, maybe doing air squats or push-ups against the wall, some sort of movement, something that you'll actually do. So how do we do this? How do we get started? Now, if you've listened to the podcast a bit, you're probably getting the idea now that I love to suggest starting slow and building gradually. So again here, that's what I'm going to suggest, that we start with something small and build from there. Rather than trying to tackle something huge, everything at once, let's just take it in small steps. I'd suggest in this situation that you pick one time. Maybe you typically work from your desk from the start of the day until lunchtime without a whole lot of movement. So let's say you choose one time mid-morning that you'll get up and move for a minute or two. And then make it a point to do that consistently for a week. Then you can add another time, build from there as you get into the habit, into the pattern. But it really is important to establish this pattern of setting out to do this and then doing it and being consistent with it. If you end up doing more or extra because you can and you want to, of course, that's fine. But don't set yourself up to do something that's unreasonable and then not be able to follow through. Now, just a side note here, if you're already in the habit of walking for 30 minutes in the morning, for example, or working out at the gym 3 times a week, of course, continue to do that, but also work on adding in some shorter bouts for the benefits that we see that come directly from the shorter bouts of activity through the day. So don't stop what you're doing, but let's add more short bouts through your day. So ask yourself, what does this look like for you? What's one time that you can plan on for some brief extra movement during your day? Choose that time and then decide, do I need to set a timer to make sure it happens? But commit to it, see how it goes. And something else I really highly recommend is pay attention. Pay attention and be observant. What else do you notice as you start to make time and do this? As I mentioned before, I've incorporated these smaller bouts of movement into my day. So I can tell you, I feel more alert and invigorated when I take a minute or two to move. And probably for that very reason, I actually look forward to it now. I really like getting up and moving, which also gives me a chance to breathe and kind of refresh my mind before I get back to working. So I would love for you to pay attention and let me know how you're feeling and thinking as you incorporate this movement into your day. So I just wanted to make sure that you're able to implement what we've covered in the last episode before we moved on. I would love to hear what you're doing, how it's going. Feel free to message me, or you can also email me if that's easier at kristanovisky@gmail.com. And one more thing, if you found the episode on movement to be helpful, would you be willing to share it with someone? I'd really, really appreciate that if you would. Thanks again for being here. I'm open to your questions. If you need help troubleshooting or getting started, truly, send me a message. I would love to give you some feedback, some help in getting started. So let me hear from you. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you here again next time.